Well, today's as good a day as any, huh, Robbie?
Yes.
What are we gonna run?
The double baler.
The double baler. We're gonna unveil it. Today we have beautiful weather and we're gonna run in some first crop Timothy. Right, Carl? You wanna tell us about this baler?
It's green, that's all I know.
You guys can watch whatever videos you want to get a summation of what this does, but it actually is a 14 by 36 chamber with a knife in the front. So it's technically, I guess, kind of creating a 14 by 36 bale and slicing it in half. So you have two 14 by 18s. And that's the gist of it. With the dolphin tail back here. So we'll get this to the field in a couple hours. Diet Cola man, are you gonna rake today or did you done raking?
Home.
You gonna put a Diet Cola plug in this video?
Yeah, we need to. Hey, can we get a Summit sponsorship? Here we are. Some more big crop. I've noticed on camera the color doesn't come out the way I would like it to reflect. This will look good in the bale. It's still got a nice bit of green. Nice Timothy head. We're obviously late here, but it sounds like the entire U.S. is, so we're not going to talk about how we're still on first cutting. Crunch, a little bit of rattle. It's still only 11 o'clock, so we'll get another hour on there before we dry, and we'll be good to go. Two parts. It's about 24 acres up the road, right across from Buckeye High School, where I graduated from. Barely, but we got out of there. And then about 70 acres just up the road a little bit. It's pretty much a contiguous piece, but you have to come out on the road to cross the little creek up here. So we will go to the little piece first because that is what was mowed first. So we just follow the mowers in order because theoretically it should be drier than over here. But we will get to all of it today. Rob is large squaring the outside rounds as we speak. So if he does all the outside rounds, I'm thinking there might only be 65-ish acres left to small square, which shouldn't be too bad for our operation we got going on. And we're not too far from home. The travel isn't bad, so I think we're going to be all right. I think it'll be a good day. Just to explain a little more, I've been in this double square now. This will be my third outing with it, but I haven't really been able to bust it loose, so to speak. I bailed on the 4th of July with it, but we were having some slight nodder issues. Ag Code came out with engineers' techs. They took it very seriously. They got that diagnosed. I think they just tightened up the bill hook or whatever. You usually have to do that on new balers. That's nothing new. And it's not a really reflection on the baler either. It's just getting it dialed in. So they got that figured out. Then I baled it in some straw, was doing some crazy stuff, making fly flake bales, doing like 1,600 bales an hour. But that's not really the test I want. I'm ready to get into quality hay, make a nice, probably 9 to 12 stroke bale, see what kind of numbers we punch out, see how good the bales look, see the consistency side to side. Then we'll go from there. I'm about to get into it. So I'll bail for a little bit here, and then I'll jump back in and bring you guys along with me. All right, we are humming along pretty good. These windrows are enormous. I mean, they're huge. I'll get out and show you guys in a second because I want to check the weights. I am going 2 miles an hour, making like a 9-stroke bale. Let's show the pickup here, see how it's eating. I mean, it's zinging hay. Spitting out nice looking bales in the back. They're pretty much touching. With this double baler, I don't go back there and, if you've seen me on other videos, or anyone, if you're familiar with how Massey sets their density, usually there's a little knob you do on the side of the balers. In the 1842S, it's on the back of the balers. On the 1840s, it's on the front right-hand side. And you just adjust the hydraulic pressure, and that's how much pressure the cylinder puts down on top of the chamber, and that gives you your bale weight. Well, this is a similar system. You have hydraulic cylinders that squeeze from the bottom and the top, so the rails move on both ends to help you with your density. But I actually change it from the cab up here. I don't go back on the baler and do anything. So I have it set at an internal chamber pressure of 320 right now. I had it at 380 and I was still making heavier bales than I wanted to. So we're down to 320. I'm gonna bale about 15 bales and go back and check it out. So here's just what we're doing right now in this big windrow. About 1,200 bales an hour, 8 flake bale. I'll go back and show you guys what an 8 flake looks like. I mean, this is really grunting. Probably should actually slow down. See, we're dragging on the hitch. That's not that cool. That'll eventually slug in, and that's not fun. The rest of the fleet is coming in. beautiful sight. Probably my least favorite part of the day. I don't even dislike it that much. It's just my least favorite part. I quite honestly enjoy these big days. And I have a bit of a big day hat on. It says, making hay. It's from Trevor Bales' company out in Buckeye, Arizona. Bales Hay, let me think here. Bales Hay Ranch and Feed Store or something like that. It's one of those combination of words. But I love watching him on YouTube, and they sell hats. So I decided to order a couple and showcase it. They got some really cool ones, and I really like their operation. I'd love to go see it one day. Never talked to him, but he seems like a genuine guy. See, this is where you turn the scales up. Down here on the 1842s, that's the pressure. Joe hammering down. PJ's back here dialing them in. How we looking?
46.
46?
Yeah.
That ain't bad to start. In about an hour, they'll drop a pound or two, and we'll crank them up a little bit.
46, yeah. Pretty good.
Pretty dry. Yeah, it's nice hay. It ain't bad. It'll sell. Now, what's your job?
Barn stacker guy.
Barn stacker.
Yeah.
Now, Jake said you're going backwards if you're stacking the barn?
No. He says he didn't want to do it because you're always driving backwards.
Backwards, yeah.
I kind of thought that at first,
Yeah,
too.
I thought he said
backwards like
the demotion. Yeah. It's like, I hope PJ isn't demoted.
No.
Oh.
Robbie's got, what do you do, the doubles or something?
Yeah, Robbie got the outside rounds done, and he's doing the doubles with the large square. I got the double baler, which I'm going to try to film a little bit more of here. I got
That works
distracted.
nice doing the big squares on the
Yes.
outside and then the doubles.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Now, Gary's supposed to be bringing the other baler. I hope he knows where he's going, right?
I don't know, but if I'll,
He'll call you,
yeah.
I'm sure.
He's over 40, so you can give him directions over the phone without a pin,
Yeah,
and he can get to the field.
Brad needed a pin.
These young bucks can't get here. You can't tell them anything.
Nope.
You can tell them, hey, you remember the high school you went to? We're just on the other side of
Yeah,
it.
right.
They won't find
Right
it.
to the tracks by the library.
Can you send me a pin?
Yeah.
Bob Stone making it happen. He's in the 1840. I unfortunately think the 1840 is a little bit of a demotion, but it was just happened to be the baler he got into. It's a great baler. They've made a lot of hay for us, but I think we're going to transition into all 42s eventually, and maybe this double. We'll see about it at the end of the day. So I'm not being paid by Agco or Massey or anything, so I'm trying to give everyone an unbiased opinion. I'm not even really reviewing this. I'm just showing you guys footage of what's going on. I've missed a lot of bales. I've missed probably 8 bales in less than 800 bales I've made. Lau and Young, they're great. They're sending the tech up. We're gonna figure out what's going on. I might park this. Unfortunately, in these huge days, you just simply can't have a machine missing bales. It just screws everything up. We got to move on to the next field. We'll be back here rebaling bales. I don't want to do that, so I might park it, but fear not. That's not the end of the video. The tech will be up here. It could just be a bill hook adjustment. Who knows what it'll be. And then we'll then send the drone up in the air and check this puppy out. I can't say enough good things about Lau and Young. They are just a phenomenal store to work with. They got a tech out. I pushed this baler really hard. We just made, I don't know, 600 more bales while he was riding with me. Didn't miss a knot. We finished up that piece. We're heading to the other one. I can't exactly sit here and say I want to miss a knot, but it's pretty frustrating that the tech comes out and now it's just tying perfectly. Frustrating, kind of not, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm thinking. I'm like a mix of emotions right now. But we're going to head up into this other bigger piece, push it pretty hard, see if we can make it miss. I guess if it... I mean, these things do wear in paint. You know, you wear in paint and wear off paint or whatever. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll get in here. Robbie is almost done with the outside rounds. He is just hammering. Looks like he caught a little tree branch up there. 2270 XD, 8S305. Beautiful. Just cooking. There's the service guy, Brian, behind me. Good dude. Really good dude. Really knows what he's talking about too. We're all kind of learning the double baler together because, I mean, they've never really seen it. I don't know if you guys can see that far ahead. Looks like my dad and Carl are done. They are pulling out. So this whole field is lined up for us, raked. We're not gonna be in anyone's way. Awesome, awesome. We got some alfalfa we gotta make tomorrow. I'm thinking maybe we'll rake it tonight. I don't know what their plan is. So I'm here with Brian, the tech from Lau and Young, and we're pushing this pretty hard. We're down into the 9 to 10 strokes per bale. That's not quite up to date yet. That should put us at somewhere around like 11 to 1200 bales an hour. So we are definitely pushing this machine, and we can't seem to miss a knot yet. So, not that we want to, but I want him to think that I'm not a liar. But these bales are pretty good, don't they?
Yeah, they were real good.
Yeah, these low flakes.
These are the
nice.
best square bales I've seen, really.
Yeah, right. Me
They
too.
are, I
They're
mean.
pretty nice.
Right.
We'll go check some out eventually. We're trying to diagnose things here, but I'll show you side by side how it's staying pretty consistent. What's actually nice about the cut edge, the blade in the middle, it kind of hides some of that bulge you get when you're pushing bales into a lower flake count. You can kind of see a flake bulge, and that knife hides one side, which is kind of nice. You got any thoughts, Brian?
This is about the first time I've been out here really watching a bale with it.
Yep.
And I like, like he was saying, the knife edges and stuff, how they cut the hay just perfect, and how square the bales are with being a double unit like it is, and the consistency is unbelievable with this baler.
I think so too. Yeah, that's very impressive with the double knotters. It's I was concerned consistency would be an issue, but so far that is not a concern at all anymore.
Right, yeah.
Rob is hitting the double rows. I don't think he realizes I can hit him in this beast. We are running 4 miles an hour in plenty thick first cutting. That's got us down to 8-9 strokes per bale, over 1,300 bales an hour. And we'll run this for a while. I'll keep the camera up here just as visual proof of the low flake count we got going on. And then maybe we'll go back behind the baler and look at what the quality of these bales are. We haven't missed a knot yet, so that's just a great thing. 1,385 bales an hour, 1,500 we're pushing now.
Right.
When we have historically missed, it was when we're pushing really hard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do you mind if we go look at some of them bales in the middle of this row? We're down to 6 to 8 flakes. We'll get a gauge on the consistency. About on top of each other. So here's what we look like at the back here. That's all they're falling out. The tractor did roll a little bit, so that's why they're... So they would fall out like this. That's an 8 to 9 stroke bale. That doesn't look too bad.
No, it don't look bad at all.
The cut edge looks pretty nice. You can't see anything. You have a little bit of that flake bulge on the right hand side, but not really. I mean, no.
No, it's very impressive.
Let's see what they look like side by side. Identical. Pretty good. Get the weights. 44.5 pounds on that one. We'll call it 47 on that one. We'll do another test. That's close enough for my comfort. See what these look like side by side. So that independent knotter is doing its job. That's
It really
a
is.
Uniform bale. I mean,
Yeah.
That's as uniform as you want to get.
There, yeah.
Yeah. These are lower flake counts than I'm really even comfortable doing all the time. So if we're going to have irregularity, it would be under these conditions. So call that 44. $45.
45.
That's pretty close.
That's pretty close
good.
to be.
Yeah. I want to exaggerate that this is a very low flake count. So if we were going to have major differences, it would be under these conditions. So for him to be this close, this uniform, this close in weight, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's very good.
Like I said, Lau and Young, Agco, Massey, Hesston, no one's paying me. I'm just pretty happy about this machine. All right, well, I guess we'll push her a little more. I mean, these are not small windrows going into this unit. These are good sized. You want to stand next to it, Brian? The windrow? Waist high.
That's what they are.
So I have my range 1 down here, my C1 set to 4.3, and then if I want to slightly adjust the speed I'm going to impact the flakes per bale, I can just use the scroll wheel. Or the 1842s and 1840s have a little bit of a head start on me. We're going to see how fast we catch them, and it looks like pretty rapidly. And they're making, you know, not all of them have stroke counters, but a lot of them that are making 12-ish stroke bales, but they're in the lowest gear they can go. They're not adjusting speed at all. They're consistently as slow as possible. So, I mean, who cares how many strokes are in a bale if you can only go one speed, which is as close to 0 as possible. Blowing by Gary Landis, leaving him in the dust, pretty much literally and figuratively. We are going 4.4. Any idea in them Dyna4s what the lowest gear is? Isn't it like 1.2, 1.3?
It's like 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah, so we are going 3 times their speed, which I would say at about 1,000 bales is definitely 3 times their speed of what they're punching out. There's Randy, he's in the 1842. You can push the 1842s a little harder, no time at all catching them. My dad's waiting to take over. Brian, I appreciate you coming out and helping me figure out nothing actually, but just be impressed with the machine. So my dad will run a couple laps. I think I'm gonna drive behind him and check out some more consistency and everything.
Yep, it was nice riding with you,
Yeah,
and
there you go.
learning about this baler as well while we're going down through here, watching you feed it. And
You've probably seen this baler run about as much as anyone.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, except me and the
in the long
prototype
run,
guys.
yeah. Yep.
So we have, I think they're gonna have to come out with something. One of the knotters seems to be building up a little bit. Oh, it's not bad. Before,
Yeah,
they didn't make a change, did they?
No.
No, okay.
We never made a change down there today for that.
And maybe that's something to do with the straw chaff? I don't know.
I wouldn't think so, but
No.
that's good. Maybe just driving down the road blow it off.
Yeah, I don't know. Those look clean.
Yeah.
So we're pushing over 1,000 bales and the knotters still look clean. Okay, we can do some checking on some stuff. I'm gonna double check everyone's weight here while my dad runs a double. The hay is very dry, so it shouldn't change that much. We get big fluctuations in weight when we're starting early and it's fairly wet, and we're gonna dry it, and then by the end of the day it's dry. Because the wetter the product, the harder it slides through the chamber, the heavier the bale you create. Ah, it's pretty good. I can tell just by feeling it, but we'll double check. Yep, 44 pounds. Right on the money. Bob Stone, we'll check him out. Man, that just looks slow now, doesn't it? Ugh. Yep. Bob's good. My high school buddy. Well, he's not in high school. He was my buddy from high school, but he was actually my buddy since we were about 4 years old. Matt is going to be here soon with his drone. He's going to get some pretty cool drone footage. I'm assuming the Barons will be here before too long. They are cleaning up that other little piece, and I got some breakaway time to film. This is part of the double baler row. Here's a double baler bale. Here's one of our, this would be an 1840 bale. Be tough to tell the difference. If anything, the 1840 bale is not quite as square. The double baler bale is square on the edges. I guess I wouldn't expect to see that. The Barons made it to this other field. I'm pulling a stunt for YouTube right here. We're lining everyone up so we can see how much faster the double baler is. It's not a super fair comparison because not everyone's running the same flakes and everything, but the 1840 and the 1842s are kind of running about as fast as they can. These are big windrows. I feel like an air traffic controller. We're lining up, Bob. We got the double baler in the middle. 1842, 1840, 1842, 1840s. All right, I think everyone's ready to go, huh? Doubles off. Oh man. Hey, how long could you keep him in the same frame?
He took off instantly.
Instantly.
Just burned him.
Just burned him, huh? You guys have to watch this video or me, you know, kind of wasting precious time lining everyone up would be a loss. So as long as you guys click on this video, give it a like and a thumbs up, we'll make that money back quick enough. I'm telling you, I know that there's going to be comments about, oh, these balers aren't going fast enough, you can push them harder. I promise you guys, with the height of these drawbars, if they were going too much faster, they would be plugging frequently. Just say whatever you want, they would be plugging. So they really are going about as fast as we can let them go. These are huge windrows. These balers, they just struggle. I mean, hay's not really supposed to get quite this big. It's rolling up under the tractor. And then we catch on the drawbar there, and occasionally you send a slug through. So here's my dad coming back through. They've made it about halfway down this windrow, and he's made it almost down and back. Granted, we're at an angle, so it's a little bit shorter, but you guys get the idea. I suppose I'll go ahead and show you guys bale quality at the speed they're both going. There's an 1840 baler. Here's what the bale looks like. Here's a double baler bale. It's hard to even tell a difference. Here we are. My dad will be down, back by the time they're probably down. This is kind of, I didn't expect this. This is kind of wild. When I was in that double baler, it just felt like an extension of my body. It almost felt like after 29 years, it was destiny that I would just sit inside of one. It felt good. It felt right. I don't know how many times you get in a piece of equipment and you're like, it just feels right. I was talking to Brian, the Lau & Young tech, and we were discussing the last time we were this impressed with the machine. And I mean, I would say the first time I saw the Barons run, when Cody Barber brought a Baron out, my jaw dropped when the first time we ran a Baron. That was very cool. And then I guess the first time running a 3x4 large square baler, I was very impressed, just the way they can eat. This double baler, it might take the cake on what the thing is capable of. You don't have advancements in the small square hay industry like this. This really changes things.
This is the inside of the Baron. If you're like me and never have seen inside here, Jeff's looking for a knife. I'm guessing something went wrong with this string.
So it's the point in the day where I just kind of fill in wherever I'm needed. And I hopped in a Baron, and the knotter's not working, so I hopped in a broken machine. So these double knotter systems, you have to tie them off on the bottom, and tie them off on the top. So I'm tying off the bottom currently. It's nice, these twine boxes open.
It's good to be nimble.
Sure is. So stage one, when you have knotter issues, is to look for something obvious in the twine balls. Nothing too terribly obvious. Looks all right to me. It was routed through the correct way, I think. Should probably double check that. Yeah, looks good. I cleaned off some of the chaff on the tensioners, and so then we got to go up to the top. See, on double knotters, to start the tie, it has to have tension on both ends. So that I just tied off down there, so when the needles go up, it simulates already being tied off. And then we got to go up here. And this would be the issue. And the guys are saying this has been an issue for several times today, so there's something up with this knotter. When I pull this up, you can see it's wrapped around the bill hook, if I can even get it up. I'm not exactly sure what happened. These are starting to get some age on them, so we might have to increase the bill hook. I don't know, tensioner, I'm not really sure, but I got it rethreaded and we'll see what happens.
Here we see another veteran move, stacking them in threes in little piles so that the trailer can just come by. Quick bang bang and he's out of here. Following behind Mr. Miller in the double baler. Look at this. Just on a warpath, cranking out all these bales. This might be the fastest bale production in the state right now. And we're filming it.
Looks like my dad's wrapping up with the double baler. Let's see what his review is. What'd you think?
I think this thing's got real potential, boy, let me tell you.
It's pretty freaky.
It can put it through.
Oh, 8283 on the monitor. 4,143 bales today in about 4.5 hours, 5 hours.
Yeah.
That was messing around and taking drone footage and
and
stopping a few times, and yeah, that ain't bad. Here we have Brad Novak, potentially a semi-professional soccer player. We'll see, right?
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
We'll see.
Brad's the one that got me going on the Garmin's down here.
Dude,
They're
not
good watches.
sponsored, the
Not
best
sponsored.
Watch
Yeah.
you will ever buy.
Ever.
Ever.
30-day battery.
Yeah.
30-day battery. It's
Solar
crazy.
powered. You get lost in the sticks, man. You're finding your way.
It's
out.
got a compass, so you know where you're going. It's
yeah,
huge.
I started running.
Yeah.
Dude, on your app, it'll track like on the map exactly where you run, the
Yeah.
steps, the miles, your pace, everything.
You can't beat that. What did we do without him?
Dude, I don't know.
We just ran raw.
I've
It
run
didn't-
into a wall
Yeah.
because it's dark.
So, as you guys might have assumed when I was addressing the Nodder issue, I found myself in the Barren later today because our one high school help, he is very involved in 4-H and the board and the fair board, and he had a meeting, so he had to take off, and there was a Barren available, and I hopped in. What I did want to kind of maybe end the video with, I suppose, I want to get back and see PJ while he's stacking the barn, but we're getting close to the end of the video. I wanted to show you how we pick up behind the dolphin tail on the double baler. And the Barrens, it's not that bad, but it's also kind of not that nice either. I'll get into a row and show you. You have to be, you can't scroll TikTok and clean them up, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's not mindless, which it's kind of nice on these long days and things when things are mindless. It's not that fun to focus the whole time. So I'll get into a row that's a double baler row and show you guys what I'm talking about. Right now I'm in a normal row, just thumping along, actually backing up the Barren, got a weight on it, and directly to my right will be a double baler row, and you have to actually hug the left side or the right axles of the bale Barren will hit the right side of the double baler bales. So you kind of have to hit it on the outside of the chute as far as you can, but not too far so you don't hit the side of the chute. And I like to look in the mirror right up in there while I'm using the Barren. I have a pretty good idea where the bale is in relation to the front tire, and then I look up at the mirror to see it finish and go through, and I can make slight adjustments real quick if I need to. Here we have, I am entering into a double baler row, and I'll drive forward a little bit and show you guys what I got going on. Okay, you see how it lays the bales out, and they're not terribly too far apart, right? The side of the Barren, you kind of have to make sure the bale right here, it's, I guess when you're looking the way you should be looking, the right side of your chute, about here. You can't be all the way over, because if you're all the way over, the back axle of the Barren will hit the second bale. So if you know what you're doing, there's, I don't know, 8-10 inches there, you're fine. But like I said, you can't really scroll TikTok is what the kids would say and do this. You gotta keep your wits about you and make sure your machine's over to the left enough. Would it be nice eventually if they were all in one row and we just ran the baler, not even really slower, the same speed as any of the other balers that are putting them in line? That would probably be a little nicer. This isn't the end of the world. It's whatever. The baler's cool enough, we'll tolerate it until maybe something better comes along, or who knows. From my understanding right now, people know how to put them in a single row, but there is a patent issue. There are some other manufacturers that have double balers out, and one of them patented something like a very blanket patent. It was very general, so it covers a lot. Something about just bringing 2 rows into one. So from, I guess, Agco and Massey just has to work on getting around that, or buying the rights, or who knows what they'll do. But it's all pretty much still a prototype.